Some days I cook with a plan. Most days I cook with what's already in the fridge. It doesn't have to be pretty or even logical. As long as there are proteins and vegetables, I'm good. Today's meal is exactly that, a mix of whatever I have on hand, brought together with spices I trust. Shiitake mushrooms, baby capsicums, and cauliflower. Chunky cuts, nothing delicate here. For spices, I'm using a spice mix of garlic powder, onion powder, garam masala, turmeric, and chili powder. These are the spices that I always have on hand. They are kept in the fridge as they would lose their edge too quickly in the pantry. Toss the cauliflower in the spices in a roasting pan large enough to hold all the vegetables. The mushrooms and capsicums joins the cauliflower. Drizzle over with olive oil and season with salt. Into the oven at 180 degrees Celsius for about 20 minutes until they are cooked, but still firm. While the oven does its thing, let me take you to where I get my spices from. Chinatown. A prominent landmark is the Buddha Tooth Relic Temple. Down at the basement is a vegetarian food court. Once open to monks and devotees only, is now opened to all. A non-profit venture, and the prices are kept very affordable. The food here follows Buddhist vegan principles: no garlic, onions, leek, chives, and shallots. And yet it's deeply flavorful, clean, nutritious, and satisfying. The cooked food menu changes daily. On this day, they have pork ribs on the bone. The bone is actually sugarcane, sweet and tasty. How clever! This is Temple Street. From the background, you could see how close Chinatown is to the central business district. Temple Street has a number of shops that specializes in kitchenware, tablewares, and appliances for the food and beverage industry. But of course, anyone can shop here. On another street, Sago Lane, there's a shop that sells mainly rooster wares. This is Chuggy's flagship store at the more touristy Pagoda Street. The Tintin shop. I discovered this shop by chance. This shop, Tai Chung Kok, has been around since 1935, specializing in Cantonese pastry. Let's make a stop at Hap Ka Foon for a refreshing local dessert. So many to choose from, but I decided to have my all-time favorite, Bobo Cha Cha. It's a colorful bowl of sweet potatoes, yam, tapioca jellies, pearly sago in light coconut milk. Cutting through an alley, I spotted this huge mural that took up the entire space on the gable wall of 30 Temple Street, depicting the bygone days of old Chinatown. Across the bridge at People's Park Food Center, there are plenty of Chinese food stalls on the ground floor. The upper floors consist of textile shops. Amidst the maze of fabrics, there is a spice shop that offers a host of authentic dried herbs and spices. Anthony, the spice maker. Let me show you my shopping haul. Lovely fabric from Fabric City, which I thought could make beautiful cushion covers. Spice blends from Anthony, the spice maker. Iconic rooster designed bowls and spoons. Originating from the Hakka community in Guangdong, they are brought by the early Chinese immigrants to Southeast Asia. Today, they are made in Lampang, Thailand. The design may look random, but it does carry symbolic meaning. The rooster for hard work, fighting spirit, and diligence. The purplish pink peony for wealth, and the green banana leaves for good fortune and luck. I couldn't resist these Tintin coasters. I was sold by the nostalgia images, for after all, I was in Chinatown. Let's head back to the kitchen and continue with the cooking. To balance the meal with protein, I shall add a soft yolk boiled egg. Curly kale makes a nice add-on too. I almost forgot this block of firm tofu. Soy is a good source of protein, and together with the egg, makes up for the lack of meat in this meal. The vegetables are ready now, vibrant and still firm. Obviously, this is too much for one meal. I'll save half for the next one. Toss the curly kale till it wilts in the heat. I'm using the Scan Pan induction roasting pan. I love that it goes from oven to stove. Non-stick with stratanium textured coating, it browns food easily with very little oil. Apparently, the surface is less sensitive to scratches. I was encouraged by the seller to use the green scouring sponge for a cleaner wash. Next up, pan-fry the firm tofu slices till brown and crispy. This is another non-stick frying pan, a ballerini with granitum coating. It is my second ballerini pan. The first one lasted 1.5 years. When a stubborn dark brown color formed on the cooking surface, I had to replace it. We'll see how this pans out. While the tofu is frying, let's shell the egg. the yolk. Not as jammy as I had hoped for, and the white could have been cooked better. Making the perfect egg is often a hit or miss for me. Looks like I've missed slightly, but it's okay. This meal isn't outstanding or Instagram worthy, but it's absolutely satisfying. And what about Chinatown? As crowded and touristy it might be, I'll always return for more, exploring it at my own pace. It's a place that feeds me in more ways than one. If you have any suggestions on where I could visit in Chinatown, do let me know in the comments below. Thanks for being here. See you in the next meal.